Ray Coleman is 72 and lives alone on a fixed income. Last winter, he spread every bill he had across the kitchen table: power, phone, cable, insurance, the property tax, the prescriptions, and he started making calls, one at a time. Within a week, he had cut money off nearly every single one and found programs he never knew he qualified for. His neighbors assume he has help. He does not. What he has is one afternoon of work and a list. The single trick that saved him the most is number one. Every one of your bills is negotiable, reducible, or partly paid by a program already set aside for you. Nobody tells you that, because the companies and the agencies both count on your silence. Ray's list runs through everything that follows. Number 19 is a benefit worth thousands that only 8% of eligible seniors ever claim. Number 11 quietly cuts a utility bill by up to 60% year-round. And number 1 is the one move that saved Ray the most across every bill he had. These 25 tricks aren't about going without. They're about refusing to overpay. Hit that subscribe button. Let's count them down. Number 25, write down every bill in one place. This is where Ray started, and it costs nothing but paper. You list every bill you pay, the amount, the due date, and who to call. Most people on a fixed income have never seen all of theirs on one page, and you cannot cut what you cannot see. Once it's laid out, the leaks and the easy targets jump right off the paper. Ray filled one sheet at the kitchen table and immediately spotted 3 bills he could attack that same week. His mother kept every household number in a ledger by the phone, not a budget yet. Just the whole picture in one place before you touch a thing. Number 24, call and negotiate the cable and internet. This is the fastest money on the list. You call the company, say you're thinking of canceling, and let them transfer you to the department whose only job is keeping you. A lower rate you never knew existed appears on the spot. Trimming even a few recurring bills frees $100 a month or more without any real change to your life. Ray made that call with his bills fanned across the table and cut $25 off in 10 minutes. His generation haggled every price they ever paid. Not rude. The plain refusal to keep paying the loyalty penalty they charge quiet customers. Number 23, cut the cord and put up an antenna. You don't rent what you can own. A $20 to $40 antenna from any hardware store pulls in the local channels, news, weather, and the networks, free, forever, with no monthly fee ever again. For a senior who mostly watches the evening news and a few old shows, that one purchase replaces a big piece of the cable bill permanently. Ray put his up in an afternoon and gets his news and ball games for nothing now. His mother owned her radio outright, and it played free for 30 years. Not a downgrade. A one-time cost that ends a forever cost. Number 22. Get the Lifeline phone and internet discount. This one runs every single month. Lifeline gives a monthly discount on phone or internet service to seniors who qualify, often those already on Medicaid or SNAP. It's one application at the Lifeline website, and it stacks. Get approved for one program and it unlocks the next. That's over $100 a year for 10 minutes of paperwork. Ray applied the week his other benefits came through and never paid full price for his phone again. His generation never left money on the table they were owed. Not charity. A discount already funded, waiting for the form. Number 21. Ask every provider for the senior rate. Half the discounts in this country are never advertised. You have to say the words. At the pharmacy, the phone company, the insurance office, the utility, you ask plainly whether there is a senior rate or discount. The worst answer is no, and no costs, nothing. Ray felt foolish the first few times, then the discounts started appearing, one after another. His mother never paid full price for anything without first asking if there was a better one. Not begging. The oldest bargaining tool there is, still working on every bill you have. Number 20. Put utilities on budget billing. A heating bill that spikes in January can wreck a tight month. You call the utility and ask for budget billing, sometimes called level pay. They average your yearly cost into 12 equal payments. So every month is the same, and nothing surprises you. While you're on the phone, you ask about any assistance programs for seniors, because most utilities have them. Ray never feared the January bill again, once it was level all year. His generation planned for the lean months before they came. Not a gimmick. A predictable bill you can never be blindsided by.
Before we go on, I made something special for you. Guides for people like us who still believe the old ways mattered. They're the forgotten money habits our grandparents lived by, tricks that could save you thousands a year. But this knowledge is disappearing, and once it's gone for good. I've put together 2 books for you plus a free bonus. Imagine how much you could save over the next year by starting today. Scan the QR code on screen now or click the link below. I'll wait.
Number 19. Claim your property tax exemption. If you own your home, this is the big one, and only about 8% of eligible seniors ever claim it. Nearly every state offers a senior homestead exemption, a freeze, or a rebate that can cut a property tax bill by hundreds or thousands a year. Some states shelter tens of thousands in home value for those 65 and up. It's one form at the county assessor's office, and nobody mails it to you. Ray filled his out in an afternoon, and it saved him more than every other trick combined. His parents owned their home free and clear and watched every tax dollar. Not a loophole, a break written into the law for people his age. Number 18. Apply for a Medicare savings program. This one pays your Medicare Part B premium outright, and in 2026, that premium is $202.90 a month, about $2,435 a year straight back into your pocket. The programs go by QMB, SL, MB, and QI, and many seniors qualify without realizing it because the income rules are different from Medicaid. In some states, enrolling automatically qualifies you for prescription help too. Ray had watched that premium quietly eat his Social Security raise every January. His generation never paid a bill they didn't owe. Not an entitlement. A premium you simply stop paying. Here's the part nobody tells you, and it's the reason most of this list goes unused. None of these programs will ever come find you. Not one. There's no letter coming, no phone call, no caseworker who notices you qualify. The National Council on Aging estimates that $58 billion in benefits go unclaimed by older adults every single year, not because people don't qualify, but because the programs are scattered, the paperwork looks intimidating, and most seniors assume they earn too much to bother. That assumption is wrong more often than it's right, because most of these programs count income differently and allow deductions for medical and housing costs. Every trick on this list is really the same act, refusing to leave your own money sitting on the table because no one bothered to tell you it was there. Number 17. Claim Medicare Extra Help. This is one of the most overlooked programs there is, and it's worth thousands a year. Extra Help, the low-income subsidy, slashes your Part D drug premiums, deductibles, and co-pays. Many seniors never apply because they wrongly believe it's only for people on Medicaid. You apply through Social Security, and it's one form. Ray's monthly prescription costs dropped to a fraction of what they'd been, and he kept the orange bottles lined up on the sill as a reminder. His generation paid their own way but never turned down what they'd earned. Not a handout, a subsidy he paid into for 40 years of work. Number 16, ask the pharmacist 3 questions. The same medicine comes at wildly different prices, and the pharmacist knows every one. You ask whether there is a generic, whether there is a discount card or manufacturer program, and what it would cost without running it through insurance, because sometimes that's lower. 3 questions, under a minute at the counter. Ray cut one prescription from $60 to $9 just by asking. His mother never accepted the first price on anything, least of all medicine, not a special favor. The cheaper option that was always sitting right there behind the counter. Number 15, get a free ship insurance review. Every state has a free counseling service called SHIP that reviews your Medicare coverage with you, one-on-one, and it costs nothing. A counselor checks whether your drug plan and your Medigap are actually the best fit for your prescriptions and income, because those plans change every year, and the wrong one quietly overcharges you. Ray booked an appointment and found he had been on the wrong drug plan for 2 years. His generation asked an expert before signing anything, not a sales pitch. A free second opinion on the most confusing bill you have. Number 14, review your insurance and drop what you don't need. You pull out every insurance policy and read what you're actually paying for. Seniors routinely carry coverage they no longer need, including old life policies, duplicate health riders, add-ons that made sense decades ago. You ask an independent agent to compare rates, and you shop the auto and home coverage, because loyalty to one company almost always costs you. Ray dropped one redundant policy and reshopped another, saving real money each month. His father reviewed every policy he held once a year. Not risky. Refusing to pay for coverage you no longer use. Number 13, apply for LIHEAP before the season starts. The heating and cooling bill is the expense that wrecks a fixed income, and there's a program built for exactly it. LIHEAP pays eligible households somewhere between $250 and $1,250 toward energy costs, and if you're on Social Security alone, you very likely qualify. The funding runs out fast, so you apply early through your local community action agency. Ray applied in the fall and never dreaded the winter bill again. His generation laid in the coal before the cold came, not an emergency measure. A bill handled months before it lands. Number 12, take the free weatherization. This one is completely free and almost nobody knows about it. The Federal Weatherization Assistance Program sends a crew to insulate, seal, and repair your home's energy systems at no cost. The average job runs thousands of dollars in value. Insulation, weather stripping, furnace repair, sometimes new windows. You apply through the same agency that handles LIHEAP, and being on one often speeds up the other. Ray had felt the draft under his back door for 4 winters. A crew fixed it in a morning and his gas bill dropped for good. His generation sealed the windows with rags each fall. Not a repair he financed, a repair he was owed. Number 11, stack the utility discount on top. Here's the trick underneath the trick. In many places, once you're approved for LIHEAP, the utility itself gives you an additional discount, 20 to 60% off your monthly bill, year-round, not just once. You call the power and gas company directly and ask specifically whether they offer a low-income or senior rate, because they rarely volunteer it. Ray asked, and the discount ran every month after that. His generation always asked what else was available. Not a one-time break. A permanent cut, sitting behind a single question. Number 10. Kill the phantom power and small leaks. Devices switched off still draw power all night. The cable box, the TV, every charger in the wall. Quietly adding $100 or more a year. You put the cluster on one power strip and flip it off at night. You swap in LED bulbs as the old ones die, drop the water heater to 120 degrees, and wash in cold. Ray did all of it in one weekend, and the electric bill eased. His grandmother shut off every light in an empty room by reflex. Not fussiness. $100-odd a year for a few switches. Number 9. Hunt down the subscriptions you forgot. Money leaks in small monthly pieces you stopped noticing years ago. You sit with a bank statement, go line by line, circle every recurring charge, and cancel anything you haven't used in a month. Auditing subscriptions frees $100 a month for many households. Ray found $40 a month of things he'd completely forgotten, a service he hadn't opened in 2 years among them. The companies count on you forgetting. His mother knew where every dime went. Not a hard afternoon. One statement, one pen, and the leaks close for good. Now go back to that first cold week last winter, because this is where it turned for Ray. His Social Security had gone up with the cost of living raise, and then the Medicare premium climbed and took most of it back. The power bill was higher. The property tax notice came in worse than the year before. He sat at the table one night with a sweater on and the thermostat down, doing the same small subtractions over and over, feeling for the first time in his life like the numbers were beating him. He was not careless. He'd worked 40 years. He simply had no idea that 6 programs he already qualified for were sitting unclaimed, or that nearly every bill in front of him could be cut with a phone call. That was the night he made the list. Everything else on it followed from that one decision to stop accepting the bills as they came. Number 8. Get the AARP membership and use it. For $16 a year, an AARP membership unlocks discounts on prescriptions, insurance, dining, travel, and dozens of other categories, and for most seniors, it pays for itself in the first month. You actually use it, asking at every counter whether they take it. Ray keeps the card in his wallet and pulls it out everywhere. His generation joined the group that fought for their interests. Not a gimmick. A $16 key to hundreds in discounts if you remember to turn it. Number 7. Batch every errand into one trip. Gas and wear both add up when you make 4 trips for 4 things. You keep a running list, and when it's long enough, do everything in one loop. Pharmacy, bank, grocery, post office, all in a single drive. Ray cut his driving nearly in half by batching, and his fuel and his tiredness both dropped. His father planned every trip to town carefully because gas and time were never free. Not inconvenient. 1 thoughtful loop instead of 4 scattered runs. Number 6. Cook at home and carry your coffee. The pre-made and eaten-out versions carry the steepest markup there is. You cook the simple thing yourself, a pot of soup that runs $1 or $2 and feeds you all week, and you brew coffee at home and carry it in a thermos instead of buying it out at $3 a cup. Ray fills his old steel thermos every morning now and hasn't bought a cup out in months. His mother packed his father's lunch pail for 30 years. Not a hardship, the same food and coffee, minus everyone else's cut. Number 5. Stop buying bottled water. This is the thing almost everyone living alone buys and no one needs. The tap water is already paid for, and a case runs $4 or $5 for what the faucet gives free. You buy 1 filter pitcher, fill it at the sink, and keep it cold. Ray carried the last case of plastic bottles down to recycling and set a glass pitcher in the icebox. $200 a year, gone in an afternoon. His generation drank from the tap their whole lives, not going without, refusing to buy water twice. Number 4. Wait 48 hours before you buy. Before any purchase that isn't food, rent, or medicine, you wait 2 days. If you still want it after 48 hours, you buy it with a clear conscience. If you forgot, you just saved the money. Most wants don't survive 2 days. Ray has kept this rule since the week he made his list, and he says most of what he almost bought he can no longer even remember. His mother, who lived through hard years, never once spent in a hurry. Not willpower. Time, quietly doing the deciding for you. Number 3. Know what everything should cost. You keep a small notebook of the regular prices of what you buy most and the true amount of every bill you pay. Once you know the real numbers, a fake sale is obvious, and a bill that creeps up gets caught before it drains you. Ray keeps his list in his wallet and checks it against the tags and the statements both. His mother carried every price in her head and could not be fooled at any counter. Not obsessive. The one habit that makes every hidden increase and marketing trick visible. Number 2. Use the senior center for the free help. Most towns have one, and most of what it offers costs $1 or nothing. A hot lunch, free coffee, rides to the doctor. And this is the part people miss. The staff will sit down and help you fill out every form on this list for free. Ray eats there 3 days a week now, at a long table that smells of coffee and gravy, and found a circle of friends besides. His generation leaned on the community and gave back to it. Not a soup kitchen, a warm meal, real company, and free help with the paperwork, all in one room. Number 1. Apply for everything all at once this week. Here's the move that saved Ray the most, and it's the plainest thing on the list. Do not chase these one at a time over months. You take one afternoon, sit down with the free benefits checkup tool from the National Council on Aging or a helper at the Senior Center, and apply for every single program you might qualify for at the same time. The programs stack. Approval for one unlocks the next. The property tax break and the Medicare savings and the LIHEAP and the Lifeline all landing together. The single biggest reason seniors overpay across every bill they have isn't bad budgeting. It's unclaimed help, $58 billion of it a year, sitting in programs no one applied for. Ray spent one afternoon and cut money off nearly every bill in the house the following month. The bills never changed, the paperwork did. The trick was never going without. The trick was claiming all at once what was already yours. None of this required a bigger check, a financial advisor, or a single dollar Ray didn't already hold. It required attention, the willingness to look at every bill plainly, without shame and without fantasy, and to ask for what was already set aside. The whole system is built to make a senior overpay quietly and to make the help hard to find. But the help is real, the bills are negotiable, and both of those things can change in a single week. Ray Coleman is 72 and lives alone, and he cut money off nearly every bill he had in one afternoon of phone calls and forms and gave up nothing he actually cared about. He was never too proud to ask and never too old to learn a better way. The bills were never fixed in stone. The silence was the only thing costing him. This week, you break it.